Okay, here we go. All right. So any questions on what we were doing before? No. Okay. Let's go for the second part. Description of the places of Jannah. So the chambers of inhabitants of Jannah. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَنُبَوِّئَنَّهُم مِّنَ الْجَنَّةِ غُرَفًا تَجْرِي مِن تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا نِعْمَ أَجْرُ الْعَامِلِينَ. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all and grant us all. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, and those who believe and do righteous, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala لَنُبَوِّئَنَّهُم, they will be assigned to chambers in Jannah, where underneath it there are flowing rivers. They will be dwelling in it eternally. نِعْمَ أَجْرُ الْعَامِلِينَ. It's like that's the best reward to give for anybody that contributed anything. In the other ayah, لكن الذين اتقوا ربهم لهم غرف من فوقها غرف مبنية تجري من تحتها الأنهار وعد الله لا يخلف الله الميعاد. Those that were pious, that feared their Lord Almighty, they would have chambers, and above them there would be another chamber. So what does that mean? It's like first floor, second floor, third floor. Yep, they would have different floors in Jannah.
Listen.
What is, when we actually speak about different floors in Jannah, what is that supposed to resemble? What? Is it deeds? When we have different floors in this life here, when you want to rent, which one is more expensive? The upper floor or the bottom floor? The higher the floor, the more expensive. Why? Because of the dirt? Is it safety, security? You get a different view, calmer, better air, right? Better air. And that's why when you look at, even during our times, civilized countries are basically usually focused in the city with what? With skyscrapers, right? Skyscrapers are basically to resemble the advancement that country is in, right? So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you that these ghuraf, these chambers, would basically have another chamber on top of them. And in the Jannah, even that type of architecture, in where it stages in different levels of Jannah, is also there. And they would actually have flowing rivers underneath it.
So why do we have it?
Why do we have the river? Why the river flowing?
No, the different floors.
The different floors in Jannah. So number one, to resemble, like you said, stages. Number two is that to resemble also an advancement, lecturing. So higher lecturing, the higher the levels, higher lecturing. You get to get a different view and all of that. It's a different thing, right? When you see houses that are built like castles, the higher they are, the higher those castles are, the more prestigious. Let's see. The Prophet Ali ibn Abi Talib narrated, indeed in paradise there are chambers whose outside can be seen from their inside, and their inside can be seen from their outside. Glass. A Bedouin stood and said, who are they for, O Messenger of Allah? He said, for those who speak well and feed others.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على السلام حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
So who was it for, this guy asked. Notice that the Bedouin just stood up and who's it for? You know, that's the Bedouin way, straightforward. And the Prophet ﷺ responded, for those who speak well. What does it mean to speak well? To speak well, to choose the right timing, to say words that don't offend others, to speak in khair, and to do what is right. Feed others, generous, تعمون الطعام. And they would يصلون والناس نيام. They would pray regularly when people are asleep. Everyone's asleep, but they're actually busy praying at night. Even if you only pray 2 rak'ahs, make that a habit. Even if you pray 2 rak'ahs. Let's see the description of the beds of Jannah. متكئين على فرش بطائنها من استبرق وجنى الجنتين دان. So they would be resting on beds. بطائنها. What is البطائن? البطائن means the stuffing. The stuffing is made of istabraq. The stuffing itself is actually, the stuffing of the beds is actually made of istabraq. Istabraq is a kind of silk. وَجَنَى الْجَنَّتَيْنِ دَانٍ. What is al-Jannah? What is Jannah? The fruits. Jannah is the fruit. Al-Jannatayn. And the fruits of Jannah are Dan. Dan means not Dan a name, but Dan means they're near. Jannah al-Jannatayni Dan. Actually, this beautiful words, right? Jannah al-Jannatayni Dan. Jannah, you got Jannah, that's Jannah, right? Your name is Jannah, right? Now you know that Jannah actually means the fruits. Jannah al-Jannatayn, the fruits of the Jannah are near those that want to pick them. So what does that mean? You're getting good fruits. You're just right there. All of those trees are around you, and the beds themselves, the linings are actually made of silk. How much does silk cost? A lot. That's it. Okay.
It's haram for men to wear silk.
Not in Jannah. The Prophet said, actually, فَإِنَّهَا لَهُمْ فِي الدُّنْيَا وَلَنَا فِي الْآخِرَةِ. الآخرة and Jannah, the men will be wearing silk too, because that's haram on men in dunya, but not haram on women.
Men wear gold.
Men, it's haram for men to wear gold, but it's permissible for women to wear gold.
How about men?
In Jannah, they can wear gold in Jannah. There's nothing haram in Jannah. Even killing someone? Well, anyways, there's no death in Jannah. إسرائيل shoot Palestinians in Jannah. أنت تعقدت بجد يعني. هو الإسرائيلي بده يدخل الجنة أصلا. وأنتوا دخلتوه كيف لحتى إيه ويقتل الفلسطينية غير اللي أنتوا وراك ولا إيه؟
I stepped on the Israeli flag.
You what?
I stepped on the Israeli.
You stepped on the Israeli flag. خلاص انتهت إسرائيل. That's it. She stepped on the Israeli flag. It's it. That's it. خلاص we're done. غير متحمسة يلا أنا دمي فلسطيني أخبط.
Sister Aysha, I wanted.
That's okay. خليها. Go ahead.
So, I wanted to draw.
You wanted to what? Keep going, honey.
I wanted to draw an Israeli flag on the driveway.
Okay.
But and put words that say the Christmas. But then my dad said you can't because if there's Israeli people, they're gonna get mad at us.
Well, did not say that.
Yeah, he said we can't do that because
Okay.
قالها على hate crimes.
I'll hate crimes.
To avoid the hate crimes يعني
We'll talk about that later. وفرش مرفوعة. فرش مرفوعة. What is الفرش? الفرش are basically beds. We say firash, they're beds. مرفوعة means they're high beds. Does that mean it's a bunk bed?
No.
Bunk beds in Jannah, there's no space to the point that they needed a bunk bed? What was it? What's the point? Luxury, right? فرش مرفوعة, it's a place of luxury. نمارق مصفوفة. What are نمارق?
carpets.
النمارق are actually pillows. النمارق are actually pillows and cushions. الزرابي, those are الزربية. You guys know it. You guys call it زربية, don't you? Yeah, we don't call it زربية, by the way, but you guys call it زربية. زربية, الزرابي, those are the carpets. But النمارق are the pillows. مصفوفة. Pillows, they're basically lined up pillows, and that's in order to show the luxury, the comfort, that they're living in. وَزَرَابِيُّ مَبْثُوثَةٌ. You've got carpets that are just lined up carpets right there. مُتَكِئِينَ عَلَى رَفْرَفٍ خُضْرٍ وَعَبْقَرِيٍّ حِسَانٍ. They'd be reclining on green rafraf. Rafraf, it's basically the different kinds of cushions or pillows. وَعَبْقَرِيٍّ حِسَانٍ. And beautiful carpets. إِنَّ الْأَبْرَارَ فِي نَعِيمٍ عَلَى الْأَرَائِكِ يَنْظُرُونَ. And they would be living in this magnificent pleasure, and they would be just observing just about everything. You know, when you go, for example, to touring or whatever, and you would be just walking and just looking at the lakes. Yesterday, I was actually watching about Zanzibar.
Yeah.
It's an island.
It's in Malaysia, right?
No. Zanzibar is in Africa. It's in Africa.
Yeah, I heard about this name.
And it was fascinating, really.
Yeah.
Fascinating to actually look at these beautiful white sands and all that literally clear waters. And it's like, wow, if this is dunya, how is the Jannah?
Yep.
If this is dunya, how is Jannah? مُتَكِئِينَ فِيهَا عَلَى الْأَرَائِكِ. They would be resting together على الأرائك, on couches. So let's say we got beds, we got couches, we got pillows, we got carpets. What else do we have? So those are things in Jannah. All of that was to resemble luxury. What else did we also have? Flowing rivers. Yes, ma'am.
Is it true we're gonna have a gold palace and silver?
A gold palace and silver. Yeah, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that in just a bit. We're just taking it step by step. لا يرون فيها شمسا ولا زمهريرا. They would not see in Jannah not any burning sun and not freezing cold. In other words, the weather is just right. إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون. See the companions or the dwellers. Here it says companions of paradise. Not companions of paradise. It's actually to mean those that are dwelling in paradise. Will be amused in joyful occupation. No. شغل فاكهون. So الفاكهون would mean two things. فاكهون to mean they're having some form of a التفكه is basically a way of having, what was that? Like a snack, but التفكه is more having like an interesting, amusing time. So joyful time, okay, but شغل, but they're just occupied with having fun. It's like they're busy having fun. You know, busy having fun. It's like Ya Allah. Hum wa azwajuhum. What was that?
To not get bored.
Exactly. Not,
Yeah.
no, they're not getting bored. No, they're
Yeah.
busy.
Be busy with the fun. So that
Busy with the fun.
yeah, because a lot of fun can get you bored.
Can get you bored. Well, these people are busy getting fun. هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون. Them and their spouses في ظلال. What is a ظلال? They're shades. على الأرائك متكئون. Them and their husbands and their spouses are basically reclining on these recliners, couches. That's so beautiful. Very romantic too, right? Is it? She's not sure. Zainab, is it? A lot of Tunisians know what romance is.
She wants to say yes, but she's too shy.
She's too shy to say you're romantic. Tunisians, are you guys shy to say this is romantic? No? Okay, come on.
لا حياة في الدين.
لا حياة الدين. This is
هذه جنة.
this is Jannah. What, you don't want you and your husband right there be resting in Jannah on couches?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No, I couldn't quite understand.
oh, you did? Okay. في ظلال. In other words, there's no scorching heat. And they're متكئون. They're just taking a moment of just adorned, right? And of course, you're going to be the most beautiful woman in the Jannah, right? Yeah. Zainab is either too shy or she's just not with us. نزعنا ما في صدورهم من غل إخوانا على سرر متقابلين. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would remove. Well, the word نزعنا is actually more than just remove, because in nazr is to uproot. In nazr is to uproot any hatred, any animosity in the hearts of the dwellers in Jannah. They won't actually have any hatred. So even if your husband had all these hur, you're not going to be jealous of them.
I understand that.
You understand that? I think that's important to me, right?
No, still no.
Still no?
No.
No, خلاص بكفيني رب العالمين told me that. That's all enough. That's enough for me. الحور, you know الحور? You don't know what hur are? Yeah, الحور, you know what hur are? Hur, they're basically women of Jannah, right? They were described in the Quran as al-hur al-ain, have beautiful wide eyes, and it's really strange how, you know, the Quran would even describe them in where they're glowing, they're beautiful, their eyes, there's an emphasis, the word al-hur, there's an emphasis that their eyes are wide and white. So it's not in the meaning that it has black eyes, but it's white on the outside. So it's like very, very beautiful. And the ayat describe al-hur al-ain as young, beautiful women of Jannah. All right. And al-hur al-ain, so al-hur al-ain, where in Surah Al-Rahman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would speak about al-hur al-ain. لم يطمثهن إنس قبلهم ولا جان. Never touched by any man, not from the jinn, not from the humans. Would speak about them that they're basically shy women. They're basically in these tents. They're there. All right. Now, does a woman have hur?
will be better than them.
Of course, those are considered the, let's call them the workers. But the salihah wife is going to be the head on top of those. All right. If this is the hur, if the hur are like that, she's actually going to be even more than that. So does the woman get hur too? Or does a woman get hur too? Like multiple husbands, multiple guys?
No.
غلمان, yeah.
غلمان are for something else.
يطوفون, right?
Well, yeah, right, but يطوف عليهم ولدان مخلدون, those are to serve.
Yeah.
That answers it. You guys were shy to say anything. You know why? Because a woman is actually shy. All right? A woman is shy. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will actually not have the women are generally shy women. They won't have multiple husbands. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give her husband as if it's 100 men in one husband. All right?
We want our husbands, that's it.
You want your husband.
Yeah.
الله يا ربي يجمعك انت معز اسمه معز يجمعك انت معز يا ربي في الجنة. And Zainab was it عبد القادر؟ عبد الفتاح في الجنة يا ربي.
Same, inshallah.
And me and Sam. And
We have an uncle named Abdullah, that's our dad's brother.
oh, really sorry about that. Yeah, her and عبد الفتاح في الجنة يا ربي. اللهم آمين. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also give you pious husbands. For the girls that are not married, nothing like a good pious husband. Wallahi, they're the most beautiful thing. Like the Prophet ﷺ actually said, الدنيا متاع وخير متاعها الزوجة الصالحة. Same thing. Wallahi, الدنيا متاع. And the best متاع is a good pious husband. Wallahi, a good pious husband is the most beautiful thing in dunya. A man that gives you respect, a man that gives you support, a man, wallahi, even when you obey your husband, you would feel happy to even obey him. And that's one thing, is that for a happy wife is a happy life. Make your wife happy and she would be very happy to make you happy. Wallahi al-azim, this is a call even for the guys. Make your wife happy and trust me, she will make you happy. A woman was actually created by her nature to be loyal to her husband, to be giving to her husband, to be there for her husband. That's what a woman's nature is. Make your wife happy and she will be giving you more than what you want. That's a woman's nature. That's a woman's nature. And this is not at all to somehow, be anti-men or anti-women. This is subhanAllah, something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created in nature. على سرر موضونة. There will be surah على سرر موضونة. They'll be reclining on those beds, on the couches. متكئين عليها متقابلين. متكئين, they'll be reclining and each one is facing the other. In other words, they're not angry at each other. فيها سرور مرفوعة, with high raised beds. Did we actually do this one? Let's see the drinks. And يطوف عليهم ولدان مخلدون. There'll be those young lads, young boys that would basically be serving them. There are these boys, their job is to serve the people. No more dishes. They'll be doing the job. Oh, isn't that abuse? No, they were created for this. They were created just for that. Oh, no more dishes. No more cleaning. You guys enjoy cleaning? What you gotta do is what you gotta do. No? Okay. Okay. بأكواب وأباريق وكأس من معين. What is the difference between الكوب and الإبريق? الكوب, الكأس has no hand. الكوب is like a jug. It's, what do they call that? Mug. الكوب is like a mug. الكوب is like a mug. الكأس is like a glass. الأباريق are the pitchers. There's lots of, they're just pouring drinks for you and you're just drinking and enjoying. وكأس من معين. And the water is كأس من معين. The water is from a flowing spring. It's clean water. يطاف عليهم بصحاف من ذهب. صحاف, those are plates. The plates are made of gold. وفيها ما تشتهي الأنفس وتلذ الأعين. And everything in it, what they would enjoy and what they would also find amusement in even looking at. وأنتم فيها خالدون. And you would be there dwelling in it forever. All right. Well, let's stop right here. Inshallah, we'll continue talking about Jannah next time. All right. We're just gonna let it just free discussion right now. All right, before we heard that then, so we have no choice but to pray. All right. So while we're waiting for the salah, which is going to be inshallah in just a bit, any questions? No questions. No questions? All right. So inshallah, we will continue next week, inshallah. All right, we'll be waiting for our salah.